Welcome to the industrial giants that define recycling power. These crushing machines take waste no one else can handle and turn it into raw material, fueling a greener, faster, and more sustainable future. Watching an old car get dismantled and pressed feels bittersweet. Memories crushed but not lost. Every piece recycled saves resources, protects the planet, and even puts money back into circulation. From nostalgia to new beginnings, that's the real value of recycling. This hydraulic shear runs on a stable hydraulic drive, delivering consistent torque. Its 6-ton jaw slices through steel beams like scissors through paper, finishing in just 20 minutes. By reducing heavy vehicles into recyclable materials, it shows how precise engineering makes recycling faster, greener, and more efficient. Who would have guessed a machine built to shred engines could also obliterate a toy car in seconds? That dual shaft system, pushing nearly 40 tons of crushing force, doesn't care about size. Small or big, it all ends up as fragments ready for recycling. That's unexpected power. You've seen dozens of shredders, but the Hamel VB 950DK stands apart. Operators love its track mobility, moving right into demolition sites. With decades in scrapyards, trust this. Fewer breakdowns mean more tons recycled, and that's money back in your pocket. Have you ever wondered why crushing a gas cylinder doesn't make it explode? The secret lies in the controlled RPM and the slow hydraulic pressure release, which keep workers safe while ensuring the metal can be reused. Back in the old days, scrapping cars meant hours of cutting torches and muscle power. Now the JCH 250 folds an SUV in seconds. It's wild to think how far recycling tech has come, turning what was once sweat and danger into a streamlined, eco-friendly process. Holy smokes, watching the 95DK tear apart a pickup in under 60 seconds is insane. You blink and what was once 2 tons of steel is now fist-sized chunks. That's nearly 40 tons per hour gone, reduced to recyclable feedstock, speed and power that make jaws drop. It's hard not to be impressed. A 6-cylinder Volvo powerhouse, 551 HP, 405 kilowatts, and still steady under load. Every rotation of the drum looks like poetry in motion, turning chaos into uniform chips that keep recycling plants running nonstop. What impresses most is the consistency. The M&J 4000 doesn't just smash, it delivers a steady output hour after hour. Recycling lines depend on that rhythm, stable momentum, predictable particle size, and tons of material ready for reuse. It looks like a battle between steel and plastic. The Ferrec 4-shaft shredder turns every container into precise 50mm fragments. To the observer, it's not just destruction, but disciplined recycling in action. From an engineer's eye, the auger's geometry is genius. The helical screws compress bulky furniture into compact chunks with minimal energy loss. Built in the USA, it channels kinetic energy into steady momentum, turning chaos into organized recycling efficiency. There's something oddly fun about watching TVs get chewed up, like industrial ASMR. The crunch of glass, the grind of steel, the whirl of hydraulics. And the best part? Knowing every laugh you get from the spectacle also means less e-waste clogging landfills. When that Bono rotary shear kicks in, you can almost feel the danger in the air. 2,000 RPM blades tearing into scrap metal like paper. You better suit up with goggles and gloves because one loose shard can change the game real quick. Ever wonder what happens when foam meets steel teeth? The Z55 shows the answer. Dense materials unravel into fibers under 770 horsepower. The question now is, how much more could we recycle if every landfill had one of these giants? The sheer momentum in each swing of the 8-hammer rotors is jaw-dropping. At full load, kinetic energy translates into unstoppable force, pulverizing scrap into reusable pieces. That's not just machinery at work, it's physics commanding obedience. As an engineer, you notice the dual-stage hydraulics on the Aljon 580CL. Its compact design reduces energy loss while maximizing torque, turning 3,500-pound vehicles into dense cubes ready for recycling. Built in the USA, its efficiency dressed in raw muscle. Back in the day, crushing cans meant stomping barefoot in the backyard or dropping them under a truck tire. Now one UBC shredder does the work of a whole neighborhood, turning yesterday's soda into tomorrow's airplane wing. The way dual shafts tear fabric, foam, and hardwood frames at synchronized speed is mesmerizing. It's not chaos, it's engineered ballet. Precision bearings hold steady, so every couch becomes uniform recyclable chunks in minutes. Crazy technology at work, processing junk cars, steel sheets, and side panels before sending them off to the recycling plant. With a heavy-duty rotor and a hydraulic system pushing thousands of PSI, this shredder turns waste into top-grade raw material. Nobody expects a vertical shear to handle full structural sections with ease, yet the Squalo chews through H-beams and angles like aluminum cans. Watching 20-foot steel reduced to neat chunks in less time than making coffee is truly shocking. was a time when landfills overflowed and recycling was just talk. Machines like the RJ's 950 changed the game, turning chaos into order, waste into resources. It's a reminder of how far engineering has carried humanity toward a cleaner future. Anyone in demolition knows concrete plus steel is a nightmare. Yet the Impactor 250 eats 250 tons an hour without choking. The trick? Its asynchronous drive balances load peaks so it never stalls. Something only years in the field can teach. From the outside, watching the Crambo 6000 at work looks like a forest being digested. Branches in, mulch out. Add the Stonefex separator, and you see nature and engineering cooperating. Waste wood becomes tomorrow's resource. You're looking at a machine designed with brutal precision. Interpatch Shredder from China handles tires up to 2,000 millimeter in diameter, using twin shafts and 90 kilowatts motors. Torque is distributed evenly, ensuring consistent cuts without overheating. Honestly, the Ulster U100SB feels like the industrial version of a hungry hippo, except it chomps 5,000 kilograms of e-waste. From glass to batteries, nothing survives the bite. At least this game pays off in cleaner landfills and a greener planet. The SD60 doesn't just shred, it orchestrates. Automatic shutdown protects blades, reverse keeps motors safe, and the whole system runs smoother than you'd imagine. That's industrial strength meeting intelligent control. Ever wonder how 600 tons of force actually works? Picture hydraulic rams pushing steel teeth into beams until molecules give way. That's physics meeting recycling. And it makes you ask, what else could machines like this transform tomorrow? Watching the Wayma WLK4 rip through that wastewater container feels risky. 1 in 100 lbs of torque spinning steel knives at high RPM. You better suit up because even one stray fragment can ruin your day. There's something oddly fun about seeing rocks dance across a 35 by 30 cm screen, like watching nature get choreographed by German engineering. Recycling doesn't always have to be boring. Sometimes it feels like a rock concert. From the outside, you see more than a shredder. You see a cycle. The Drake 16 turns junk into reusable steel, Nebraska yards into profit hubs, and waste into something the planet can breathe easier with. You've just witnessed unstoppable power. Enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos.